So today I want to talk to you a little bit about health as a technician. I shot a little bit of video earlier working on the church mower. I don't know which video I'm going to get edited and posted first, this one or that one, but I've got this bandage on my wrist while I'm working. And today I went to the doctor and I had a ganglion cyst on my wrist, and it was swelling up big. And I went to him and had it drained, and it got me thinking. I remember how I got that ganglion cyst, and if you're a young technician, there's some things you need to think about in your future. Get a little tongue-tied. Your health, your musculature, your bones. As a technician, that's all more important than it is than if you're sitting at a desk job. When I was a young technician, we were all young and dumb and trying to show off, and you develop a lot of hand strength being a technician. And I was taking filters off with my bare hand because it's faster. And I got to the point where I could take off pretty much any oil filter with my bare hand. And that's when I got my ganglion cyst. I was putting a whole lot of turning torque on this wrist. And I have the grip strength, but when you're twisting that, all these bones in here and all your membranes and your tendons and your muscles, and it does not play well when you put that kind of stress on your wrist. So don't get in that game. You do want good hand strength, but you need to learn your limits and you need to keep shy of that. You shouldn't be pulling oil filters off with your bare hand. Get a set of oil filter pliers. They're dirt cheap. Here, I'll show you mine. Get your pair of these. Small one, medium-sized one. If you're working diesel, big diesels, they have bigger ones. These work. They flat work. They don't tear up your hands. Use them. So a ganglion cyst is when the membrane between your skin and your muscles bunches up. It gets inflamed from you turning too hard, and it'll start filling with fluid. And it will get big enough and hard enough to be in the way of you turning wrenches. It actually hinders your ability to turn wrenches. And it's annoying. It's really annoying. The old school fix is you whack it with the Bible and it goes away. Force the demons out. Well, basically what you're doing is you hit it hard enough, you knock all that fluid out of the cyst, and sometimes it'll go away, sometimes it comes back. Most of the times it comes back. And I went and saw my doctor when I first got that cyst, and he said, well, whack it with the big Bible and that'll make it go away. And so I grabbed the big Bible and thumped it, because a Bible's a big, thick book, and that's why it works so well. And it went away for about a year or two, and then it came back. About 10 years ago, I was deployed overseas, and the cyst had been there. It hadn't really been bothering me, but I was turning wrenches a lot, and it started swelling up again. And so I went and saw the doctor there, and he aspirated it. Basically, they'll give you a shot with some numbing agent, and then they'll put a big needle, looks like almost like a coffee straw. They'll stick that in that and pull out as much fluid as they can. The deployed doctor wasn't a really sharp doctor, I don't think. He didn't get much out. The doctor I go to normally is excellent doctor. I'm surprised he hasn't retired yet, and I'm glad that he hasn't, because he's so wonderful. But he had an intern with him, and he was telling the intern, this is how you got to do it. It's going to take two of us here. You got to use both hands on the needle. I'll hold this and that and the other. And the two of them, they drained my cyst, and there was a lot of junk in there, and kind of nasty. But it is what it is. You got to get it fixed. But it all stemmed from 25 years ago, me being a young, dumb technician and showing how strong I was. Don't play that game. There were jobs that I did as a technician where I really had to put stress on stuff. I remember using my knee on my elbow a couple times to give a little extra torque, and then my arm would be sore right here on my forearm. And then I realized I'm overstressing that bone. If I'm not careful, I'm going to fracture my arm. I don't need to be using if I don't have the muscle strength, I shouldn't be using my weight in my knees to put more leverage on it. I don't even remember what job that was now. I just remember using my knee in it too long ago. The other side of that is taking care of your bones. Your diet matters. And there is some truth to that. If you're a technician and you're on your feet all day working hard, you need more energy. You can eat whatever you want because you're going to burn that fat off. Yes and no. Cholesterol is still a problem. Your bones are still a problem. You need to have calcium in your diet. If you're going to be a technician, if you're going to be an MMA fighter, there's really nasty video from 30 years ago, where an MMA fighter is fighting another guy and he kicks and his leg just starts flopping around mid-bone. He did not have, I assume, he either had a medical condition or he did not have a healthy diet. His bones weren't strong enough. You can break your bones easier if you don't have calcium in your diet. You want healthy bones. If you were raised as a kid drinking your milk, you've got an advantage, period. Your diet at a young age, raise your kids this way, your diet at a young age affects your health when you're my age. I was blessed with parents who made sure I ate my vegetables and made sure I drank my milk, and I hated it. Well, now I'm 51 years old, and you know what? I can enjoy a vegetable. I still don't like drinking milk, but I like cereal. So, and I like cheese. So I'm getting my calcium. You have to have that strength in your bones to be able to use your muscles effectively as a technician. So take care of your body. You've heard me say this before if you've watched this channel much. Take care of your body because God only gives you one. I don't care what your beliefs are. Your beliefs are your thing, but the message is there. You don't get a second body to play around with. This is it. Treat it like you have to use it for your entire lifetime. And then, when it comes to diet, I've got to watch my cholesterol now. And that, for me, it's genetic. It's men in my family at this age, our cholesterol goes through the roof. And I have to take a statin for it. It stinks, but some of these drugs do weird things to you. I'm achy all the time. I've got just a little bit of bone and joint ache. And it makes it harder to motivate yourself to get out and wrench. That's what you're looking forward to as a young technician as you get older, and you've got to be ready for it. If you watch your cholesterol, I was able to hold off longer on taking this drug because of my diet, but now we got to have it. I'm not that age. So as a technician, yes, you can go out and eat a cheeseburger from time to time, and you're not going to have to worry about it too much because you're on your feet all day. Eat 3 cheeseburgers a day, well, you might want to throw some veggies in there. It does matter. I don't want to be 60 years old and crippled. My dad is in his 70s, and he has no problem coming out here to the house and helping me with a little bit of yard work, or if if I would needed help wrenching, I wouldn't have any problem saying, hey, let's can you help me? He's that healthy, and that's the way I want to be when I'm his age. You want to be that way when you get older. Take care of your body. So your bone density matters. You need to be able to, you have to have a strong structure for your muscles to work with. Your cholesterol matters, your sugar matters. All these things in your diet need to be addressed so that you can get out here and turn wrenches. If you deal with chemicals too much and you're not wearing your PPE, your kidneys will shut down and you can't get out here and wrench. I've known people who had kidney problems and they have one day up to do things and they're down for a week. I don't want to live my life that way. I like being able to get out and do stuff. I get stir crazy if I can't do stuff. Sometimes I can sit at my computer and play around and do stuff, but after a while, I got to get up and do something with hands-on. So definitely, think about these things. And it's really tempting to just say, screw it, that won't hit me now. Well, it hits you soon enough. This ganglion cyst, it hasn't been a huge problem for me, but it's an annoyance, and 25 years ago I could have avoided it entirely. So think about these things, and wear your PPE, eat healthy, get your exercise when you can, and turn your wrenches.